Dear students, we are in the first chapter, Europe in Transition. We discussed about the condition of medieval Europe. Now we are discussing about the major events took place from medieval to modern Europe. So the first one is Renaissance, which means the rebirth of Europe. Okay. It was a shift from religious ideology to knowledge. The thinkers of the Renaissance considered the concept of humanism. The writers adopted the life of the common man. I told you the origin of the Renaissance in medieval Europe actually from Italy. Okay. The scholars of the Renaissance used the regional languages like English, Spanish and French. And one more thing, the father of the Renaissance is Petrarch. And also we discussed some of the writers of Renaissance. I said, who are they? Dante, Boccaccio, is it? So it shows the picture of Dante. Can you see? So his main work is the Divine Comedy. The next writer is Boccaccio. His main work is the Decameron. Okay. And the next scholar is Cervantes. Okay. Cervantes was a poet and artist during the medieval period. His main work is Don Quixote. Okay. So and the last scholar we have to study, that is Erasmus, and his main work is In Price of Folly. So in the Divine Comedy of Dante, we can see the spiritual journey of man through life. He considered the spiritual mind of man. His main aim is to reach the spiritual maturity and an understanding of God's love from his famous work. Okay. Then the Decameron of Boccaccio is a story. It's a story during the time of Black Death in Italy, when we know that there was a lot of people lost their lives because of Black Death. And he promoted the love and be loved. And Cervantes' work, Don Quixote, it's a novel about a man and his chivalry. Okay. And Erasmus considered the foolishness of mankind during the medieval period. Okay. And all of you listen. You can see a incomplete table in the 10th page of your textbook. All of you listen the table, and here is a question for you. All of you listen the question. I will read. Listen. Names of the major Renaissance writers are given in the following table. Fill up the corresponding columns with the names of their works. The name of the writers are the Petrarch, Dante, Boccaccio, Cervantes and Erasmus. Then after that you have to complete the table with their works, name of the works. Okay, all of you listen carefully. After the Renaissance in literature, we are going to study another field. It is Renaissance in arts. Okay. Listen, Renaissance in arts. Okay. The Renaissance marked the flowering of art and sculpture and witnessed the emergence of a large number of artists, painters and sculptors. Then here the Renaissance spirit was most pronounced in painting. Okay. Painting is important. Have you seen any famous painting? The art of painting is more important during the time of Renaissance, and Leonardo da Vinci is an important painter during this time. And other painter is Michelangelo, like that. Then you can see a lot of paintings in your textbook. So we are going to discuss about the major painters in medieval Europe. Anybody seen this picture? Do you know? What is the name of this picture? Anyone know? Yeah, it is Mona Lisa, the famous painting of the Renaissance. and this painting is the contribution of Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, he was the famous painter in Europe. Except Mona Lisa, his another famous painting is The Last Supper. Okay, so the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper were the important paintings of Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, and the next painter was Michelangelo. His painting named as the Last Judgment. So the painting Last Judgment contributed by Michelangelo. And another painter, Raphael, his main painting was The School of Athens. They are the main painters during the time of Renaissance in Europe. Next we have to study the sculptures. Okay, so Lorenzo Ghiberti and Donatello were the important sculptors during the Renaissance period. The main sculpture of the Lorenzo Ghiberti is the door of the Florence Baptistery. Okay, the name of the sculpture. And Donatello's sculpture named as Gattamelita. Okay, Gattamelita. Like the literature, the arts also influenced a lot during the period of Renaissance. Okay, so the important painters of Renaissance period were Leonardo da Vinci, then Michelangelo and Raphael. Okay, and Lorenzo Ghiberti was the famous architect and Donatello was the famous sculptor during Renaissance. Okay, after the explanation of arts in Renaissance, you have to do an activity with a table. Okay, then you can see a table in the 12th page of your textbook. All of you listen. We can see the what is the question. All of you listen. Examine the pictures and fill out the names of Renaissance artists, their notable works and their respective field. Do you understand anything? നമ്മൾ റിനൈസൻസ് പീരീഡിലെ കുറച്ച് ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റുകളെ പഠിച്ചു അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ്, ഫസ്റ്റ് കോളത്തിൽ എഴുതേണ്ടത് ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ നെയിമാണ്, പിന്നെ അവരുടെ വർക്കിൻ്റെ പേര്, ദെൻ അവരുടെ ഫീൽഡ്, ഏത് ഫീൽഡിലാണ്, പെയിൻറ്റിങ് ആണെങ്കിൽ പെയിൻറ്റിങ്, സ്കൾപ്ചർ. ഓക്കെ, അവിടെ ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ലോറൻസോ ഗിബർട്ടി, അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ വർക്കിൻ്റെ പേര് ദ ഡോർ ഓഫ് ദി ഫ്ലോറൻസ് ബാപ്റ്റിസ്റ്ററി ആൻഡ് ഫീൽഡ് ആർക്കിടെക്ചർ. ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് യു ഹാവ് ടു കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ദ ടേബിൾ വിത്ത് സ്യൂട്ടബിൾ ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റ്, വർക്ക്സ് ആൻഡ് ദെയർ ഫീൽഡ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഇതെല്ലാം മനസ്സിലായി എന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത് റിനൈസൻസ് കാലഘട്ടത്തെക്കുറിച്ചും അന്നത്തെ ലിറ്ററേച്ചർ, സാഹിത്യത്തെക്കുറിച്ചും അതുപോലെ എന്താണ് കലയെക്കുറിച്ചുമാണ്, ആർട്സിനെ കുറിച്ചുമാണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളത്. So today we have to wind up our class and then I will give you the notes later. So I hope all are you understood well. Okay, thank you students. Have a nice day.